Hi, everyone. It's Trish Kendall with Choose and Become and a Trish Kendall Speaks episode. I was reminded this week that everybody has experienced I think everybody has experienced something in their life that has required or does require resilience, choices, and courage. It doesn't have to be just a bad or traumatic experience. It can be being a star athlete and losing the game, expecting straight A's because that's what you do, and getting a B, not closing the deal that you worked so hard at. There's just, everybody knows, there's just so many things. Or growing up being quiet or an introvert or moving around, just all the normal crap that happens with girls growing up, all of this stuff. These are experiences and life experiences that require us to be resilient and build our resilience or tap into our courage or create confidence, whatever it is, in order to move forward. I was reminded of this week with two different people that both have tapped into and built their resilience muscle in order to move forward. And one is a professional woman that I'm coaching, and she's younger in her career. She's 25, and she's starting her sales career, and I coach her. And the other one is my 15-year-old daughter, Lily. And the reason I give you these as two examples is when I was coaching my client, she was just telling me about some of the her past interviews that she had before her current job. And in one of the interviews, a question was, give me a time, share an example when you used grit to overcome an obstacle, something like that. And I was like, I found that interesting. Now, I know that she experienced something traumatic when she was earlier in her life. And I know that. And so I thought, interesting. Okay, so they're asking that question. She for sure used grit. She tapped into resilience. She made choices that moved her forward when unfortunately many people would have made choices that moved them otherwise. So I know she is a living proof of the power of choice, living proof of becoming resilient. And I just found it interesting because the next day, my daughter, so to compare and contrast, my daughter, 15, I went to her English lit class for her final. She gave a presentation for her final. So it was just me, Lily, and her teacher. And a part of her presentation, she had to provide a personal reflection. And she provided this reflection, and the slide that she had was my fear of failure. And then she had found a quote from Maslow. I don't know why it just left my brain. Maslow. And she didn't even know Maslow's hierarchy, but she had found a quote. And the quote says something to the effect, and I'll post it, but the quote says something to the effect of, we have to choose to grow over and over again. And we have to choose to overcome fear over and over again. And here's this girl. Let's be clear. Lily has not experienced anything traumatic. She lives in a wonderful neighborhood with a wonderful family, with parents that are together, with grandma and grandpa around. She goes to an amazing school. She's got great friends. She's great in school. She's a good kid. Yet I listened to her and her own experience of feeling the fear of failure. And she gave these examples, and she used words like, it's exhausting. I can't think straight. I didn't pay attention in that part of the class because I was so fearful of the test. And you hear this, exhausting. I couldn't concentrate. So I am not in any way comparing these two women and their experiences. But what I am observing is whether somebody has chosen to move forward and create growth and become better and do better things, and just it doesn't require a bad traumatic experience. We all have something that can be our own roadblock, barrier, bringing us down. And resiliency is about, no matter what your life experience is, you're going to be faced with obstacles, self-beliefs, self-doubts, external things, internal things, things that are in your control, things that are out of your control. And it's what we do about that and how we work through it and choose to grow over and over and over again that matters. And if somebody asked my daughter an interview question, like, tell me a time that you had to use grit or were resilient in overcoming an obstacle, I would really hate for someone to disregard her experience of getting a bad grade. Her fear of failure is about grades, or in this particular example, to discount that as, oh, she hasn't been through anything. And I would hate for somebody to ask that question to someone I care about, like my client here, who has experienced something incredibly traumatic, and put her in a position where she has to think about, well, yeah, I have. I'm not going to share it with you, or I don't know. I don't even have my thoughts totally straight on this, but I'm bothered by the question in an interview setting. And I am bothered by the comparison of experiences. And my experience is not as bad as yours. My experience is worse than yours. You can't understand my experience. You've never been through this. I can't understand your experience. I've never been through it. All of that is completely valid. But strip away the why somebody feels a certain way. That feeling is perhaps universal. Fearing failure. I can't do this. I can't give love. I can't receive it. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. These people expect me to keep delivering again and again. What do I do? I'm exhausted. Will I ever be enough? What is enough? I inspire audiences around the world to create enduring success. No, I inspire audiences around the world to choose to give all their love in the micro moments of life, because that is what creates enduring success. In my conversations with people everywhere, I have come to learn and observe that there is a comparison of life experiences. And in comparing life experiences, we can lose sight of what the universal human desires, feelings, needs, wants are, that everybody has, no matter what. So the next time that you're going into an interaction with somebody, you get to choose. Do you give all your love, or do you hold back a little bit? Do you receive all the love that they want to give you, or do you resist it? I think that manifests in the way that we observe other people's life experiences. Thanks for being along this journey with me. Choose and become.